at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a first down. Renegade would be proud of the way they're using those horses to move it on the ground.
Yeah, get the horsepower going. And, man, they've had some serious backs over the years at Florida State. And you think about all the talent, all the swag over the years. You got to get back to that, find those guys that they can really attach this offense to and thrive.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Seminoles with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to pass. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. You got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
There's a reason third down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at third down percentages, it tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
They're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he's stopped at the 18. Let's take a second here to talk about Florida State. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
They want to continue this long drive. 9th play coming. It's 3rd and 5. Zings it complete to the right. That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10. They get the conversion there. He used his size and nice moves to get past the chains.
And I like that. 3rd and short. Find the big fella, the soft hands, make a quick little move, make the completion, get the first down.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking to throw, it's Sperry. Setting up the screen. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I love screen passes on offense, and you got to do them in different ways. To the running backs, you can do them to receivers, do them to tight ends. Didn't gain any yards on that one, but don't be afraid to dial that play up again later.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd down, going up top. Chucked it away just as he was hit. Had nowhere to go with that one, had to just throw it away. A wise decision to goal in play. And they'll send out the field goal unit. They got it, it's blocked. And they got it.
Hey, man, it's hard to execute field goals in this rain anyway. You're worried about the snap and you're worried about the hold, but that time they just overwhelmed the line up front. They were able to block that kick. That is a huge...
They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. To the air on first down. Finds his tight end. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Get it out on the screen. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Yeah, on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
Jones to throw. He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Nittany Lions will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. To the big fella. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
All the way down at the 33-yard line, it's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. He rifles one deep to the left. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
And that's just a huge missed opportunity on offense. QB missed his guy wide open in the end zone. You might not get another clean look like that in the rest of this game.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Makes a connection. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
The Noles are rolling down the field. Running back searching for a hole. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Hand off from the shotgun. And again, stopped right in his tracks, nowhere to run.
Offense trying to go RPO, but how about the defense? Up front, their front 7, they had dudes winning, just being way more physical and able to get to that running back.
The Seminoles need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on 3rd down. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
Great job up front on this pass rush. Dime personnel grouping. They've got 6 DBs on the field. They're expecting pass, so they're going to have to win with 4 guys, and they're 4-1. They got the job done.
And it slips just inside that right upright. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Just had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Jones wants to throw it. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Martin. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. The Nittany Lions with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Give to the running back. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Yeah, I'm so impressed watching this guy run the football. And I'll tell you, I think Joe Paterno would have loved this guy in his offense too. His teams always prided themselves on being able to run the football, right? Be more physical than the opponent. This guy has the ability to just wear defenses down. So hard to stop.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Sets up the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Caught over the middle. It's Sampson. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one they had to have a plan for one of the best receivers in the country, so they're double covering him. You can't do anything else, and still they can't prevent this guy from making the catch and getting the first down.
Jones to throw. Looking for a deep man. He's got it inside the 25. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. The officials move it 5 yards back, and it's 1st and 15 for this offense. Wants to throw it. Got it in the middle. It's Marshall. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? On the run, it's Ray. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Jones wants to throw it. Going for 6. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Nebraska is ahead early in Lincoln, but that's not exactly Mike Rozier out there running the ball. This game is a long way from over. They're up by 7 over the Rebels. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. It continues to be a long day as they are just swarming every time he gets the ball. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Gets it out quickly. Few things on offense as reliable as a tough power back as he plows his way ahead to the 33. And the Seminoles come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Flicks it out of the air. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on 3rd down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
And the Noles have it with a 1st and 10. Looking for space, it's Gibson. And he has had a long day at the office, not to mention the backfield, as the defense has been all over him.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game. Offense.
So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Holds and fires complete to the right. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing there.
Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. To throw, it's Sperry. Trying to escape and get it himself. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
And how about the awareness by this guy on 3rd down, a scramble play. Everything's breaking down, but he never panics and also knows exactly where he needs to get to pick up that 1st down. It's 3rd. I can't slide early. I can't run out of bounds. I'm probably going to have to put my body on the line here and take a big hit and risk that to get this 1st. That's a big-time leadership play by the quarterback.
Quick release by the QB. Guys, let's look big picture at Florida State. The good news about starting the season outside the top 25, not a lot of lofty expectations. You can sneak up on a few teams, but sooner or later, you're going to want to get that attention and get into those rankings.
A lot more, but it's not impossible. In recent years, you saw it with Indiana coming out of absolutely nowhere. You saw it back in the day with USF. You've seen it with Rutgers. Like, in the past, you can do it. You can put it together, gain some momentum, but it starts with this game right here.
TCU reached the national championship game a few years back. No one expected much of them that season either, so you never know. What's important is what people believe inside your own locker room. This team thinks they can do some really special things this year, and they get a chance to start strong here in week 1.
And the Seminoles back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Looking to throw on first down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Made a defender miss. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains and the screen pass is effective. Plays like that put just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use the great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. They go to the ground. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. So no room to run there, and you wonder after that loss on first down where they turn now.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important for the defense to win these first downs, right? You want to create negative plays to make this offense so much more predictable.
Looking for a man. It's Sperry. Fires to the right. And they're not on the same page there.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Really nice job by the defense that time. 3rd down, they're expecting pass, but they also know that this quarterback is dangerous when he wants to scramble. And it was almost as if they were expecting that. They were able to get to him, get him down. It now sets up 4th down. And you don't see the defense sprinting off the field just yet, guys. They're not sure. With this guy's scrambling ability, they may try to go for this.
The Seminoles have it with a 1st and goal. They'll move the wide receiver. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on first down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
Just 3 points on 3 previous red zone trips. The idea is to punch it in this time. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Give to the big fullback. And again, he gets nothing. This defense is not giving up anything on the goal line. They got mauled on the last play. Do they have anything that'll work on 3rd and goal from the 2? Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. After getting nothing on the last play, will they try to throw it into the end zone on 3rd down? And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Florida State. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. So they played keep away and held it for 16 plays on the scoring drive. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Couldn't find a way to create broken field as he stopped at the 25. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They're still looking for a little more productivity as they trail 10-7. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Catch in the middle, it's Reynolds. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. Quick tempo, no huddle offense, 2nd down, clock's running. Jones to throw. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on third down at the dope. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into fourth down.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The Seminoles just got that huge run. They'd love another explosive play. Wants to go up top on first down. Safe completion on the screen. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Noles!
You know, there's so many coaches out there in two-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
And let's finish this half now. And now we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Well, they didn't exactly milk the clock on that drive, did they? 2 plays and into the end zone for the touchdown. From inside the 15, here comes the return. Able to find enough room. Out across the 25, he's brought down at the 26. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Jones wants to throw it. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Grabbed in the middle. It's Courtney. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The offense burns its 3rd and final timeout of the half. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looking to throw on first down. Going over the top. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great one in Tallahassee going on. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Doak Campbell Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here.